Hi, welcome back to Legacy of Leaders. I'm your host, Suzie Becker, and I'm here this morning with Chase Pfeifer of Dashr. Good morning, Chase.
Good morning. Nice to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. I want to talk a little bit about what your company does.
Sure.
Dashr.
Yeah.
It sounds like the logo looks like we're running.
Yeah, got a running man.
Head me off.
Absolutely. So Dashr is a sports technology company. We measure speed, agility, power, those types of things. So think your NFL combine running a 40-yard dash, laser time from start to finish. So we provide that technology, and we've been able to package it in a more affordable way using a mobile app that just wasn't available before. And so now this technology that was tens of thousands of dollars and only accessible by pro teams or research facilities is now accessible for the high school coach, the club team, the youth sports. So we're able to provide that technology at a younger age to give those athletes more of an opportunity further down the road.
That's unbelievable. Let's talk about the different types of athletes that
Sure.
we're engaging with. So you mentioned the high school athletes. So this app provides the timing on it, and each coach can individually connect their athlete to this app?
Yeah, absolutely.
Explain a little bit about how that works.
Yeah, sure. So we have we call our online dashboard where a coach can upload all their athletes. Say they have 10 athletes or 1,000 athletes, depending on how big the school is.
Or how big the program is.
Absolutely. And they get all their athletes in the app on the system, and then before they run, they simply just check them in. They run. The result there is then accurate, consistent, all that, automatically saved. So now they go back to their computer afterwards and they can see all those results. They can export them to a spreadsheet. Saves the coach so much time with having to write stuff down, copy it over, and all the issues with all that. So there's the app side of things and the software side, and there's also the hardware, because we have to have the lasers there for start and finish and your agility drills. So it's a combo of that app and hardware.
Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. My son, who is a youth athlete, when he goes in for the tryouts at the beginning of the season, I see people with clipboards, and there's coaches with stopwatches, and sometimes they have to redo it because the coach got distracted for a second, and so this athlete may not be doing his best time. Are you saying that this is a lot more accurate and easier to access?
Oh, absolutely. So accuracy is, that's a huge one here, accuracy and consistency. So you touched on a great thing there. So the coach, there's a lot going on there. So they can be distracted, and hand timing when the coach is actually paying attention for a 40-yard dash, for instance, is shown to be about 0.3 of a second off. So that's a huge number when you're talking about like a 4.6 40-yard dash. So that's if they're paying attention. If they're not paying attention, it can be off a lot more than that. So yes, to your point, your youth athlete going there through football, baseball, what have you, setting up a Dashr allows the coach to be more hands-off and have it automatically captured and consistent from athlete to athlete, from day to day. If they're going through a tryout, maybe we see how they're doing this year, and now let's test them again next year, see how they've improved. For your strength and conditioning coach that's maybe off season, you want to kind of audit your program, track your athletes, hold them accountable, hold yourself accountable. Well, let's do this testing on day one, and then once we've finished our program, let's do our testing again and see how the athlete has improved. So it gives them that tool to really see what they're doing and how it's impacting the athlete.
That's so cool. Let's touch on a different type of athlete. You said that this is something used by professional teams?
Yeah.
Do you currently have professional teams that are using your app?
Oh, absolutely. So we have all of the different leagues. So let's say the Chicago Cubs, they just ordered like 12 systems the other day.
Wow.
Because their scouts are going out and to all these different programs and wanting to test these athletes. And now they can get consistent, reliable data from all over the country to say, hey, this is the guy we want. We also have football teams like the Buffalo Bills, the New Orleans Saints, hockey teams. We're also with like the Detroit Pistons as well. So yeah, we have a couple dozen pro teams across the U.S., and this isn't even to mention overseas with like Manchester United and those types of teams.
That is so cool. So we've touched on how it can enhance and test and then grow the abilities of that athlete, and it also provides some consistency and support for all the coaches. Last question, where can we find Dashr? Yeah,
so we have built a online e-commerce store, and so you go to dashrsystems.com. We're all right there. We also have about a dozen distributors here in the U.S., as well as about another 10 or so overseas. So yeah, you can find us online. Just Google Dashr, and we'll pop right up.
DASHR, Dashr.com.
DashrSystems.com.
DashrSystems.com. Well,
Yes,
thank you again, Chase, for being here. It's been a privilege to talk to you.
Absolutely.
Well, I look forward to seeing your program in use at my youth athletic facilities. Thank you for joining us today on Legacy of Leaders. If you want to find out more, please log on to iwantabuzz.com. Have a great day.